Well, it's time. I purchased the Breville sous chef when we had our restaurant. It was over $400, and it's years later, and I still have the thing. We sold the restaurant years ago, and I still have the thing. It's a food processor with a case that holds all the blades and everything. It's the top of the line, really great piece of equipment. Literally, when we had the restaurant, the chef wouldn't use it. He had a really great mandolin and was always simpler and easier to use that. So it didn't get much use. Even the professional chefs and sous chefs that we hired didn't want to use it. And in the years since, I think I've used it once. But I've been telling myself a story that out in the future someday, I will wish I had it, and so I shouldn't get rid of it. After all, I spent $400 on it. But today I decided I'm going to quit telling myself that story, and I'm going to try a different story. The reality is that I haven't needed it. We may not have even really needed it when I bought it to begin with, but here it is, nevertheless. And today I'm changing the story. I believe that in the future, when I need to cut a lot of something, I will still use a good knife and a good cutting board. Those are things I already have. And those are things that are easy to store. And this, I've found a new home for it. So 2 things are happening here. One, I have found a great place to donate it, which actually happens to be my church. They've got a little teeny tiny one that's not very effective. And so this one is going to be the perfect replacement for that one, because they do things like big, huge batches of coleslaw and things like that that are really perfect for this kind of equipment. So it's going to a place where it will be needed and appreciated. Secondly, I'm telling myself a different story. Instead of telling myself I'm going to need it in the future, because this is all happening right here in my imagination, right? Instead of telling myself I'm going to need it in the future, I'm changing the story, and I am not going to need it in the future because I have a knife and a cutting board. And so I am perfectly capable of doing anything that this thing can do. And sometimes it even looks better when I do it. So I kind of feel like this is a milestone, because for some reason this has been in my possession for a number of years now. I've been meaning to get rid of it, but it's still here. So today is the day. I'm packing it up in boxes, and it's going to go with me to church in the morning. And I think that's a really good thing. You know, this whole buying things and then trying to figure out what to do with it, and when it turns out you didn't really need it, that's kind of fraught. And so it's okay to tell ourselves the truth, which is maybe we didn't really need it, and maybe we still don't, and maybe it's time to put it someplace where someone can use it and can get some use out of it. And the money's gone, and it's okay. As of today, it is a good donation to a good cause. So I think it's going to be all right, don't you? Bye. Well, just me in my little kitchen, and it's about to get roomier in here. I'm Carmen Shenk. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it.